Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, our California Weather Watch. Today is August 21st, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. If you're wondering where Tropical Storm Hilary is now, it is now a tropical depression. It is over Oregon here, bringing some moisture up across Idaho into Montana, clipping southeast Washington as well. As you can see the upper level low here in the big ridge over the center portion of the USA, funneling that moisture up over the area. Some big precipitation amounts fell yesterday. We'll be watching those reports come in here over the next few days. We'll check out the amounts and we'll see what kind of damage the storm spawned here, but like gears in a machine, funneled that moisture northward just as the model said it would in this trough of the Pacific Northwest, kind of handing off from this trough here to that one, funneling that moisture up over Canada there. And if you are Austin R., Overseer Philip Whitehead, Piero Brewer, or Matt Weinberry, please contact me. You have won this 20-ounce gigantic mug here, and I'm going to do a giveaway also with this mug coming up here as well over the next couple days. And I'm also going to be giving away one of the weather stations here, so stay tuned for that. If you are a member of this page, you will be automatically entered in those drawings. You can click on the link down below that says that little button that says join there if you want to become a member of the page. Appreciate all of you very much. This day in Southern Cal weather history, you can see a dust storm back in 2014 out there, and that's a pretty big contrast of what was going on yesterday. Very moist air mass with huge precipitation amounts, even some hail fog out there as well. Good stuff from the National Weather Service San Diego. Here's Flagstaff, Arizona. You do have the chance across some of the northern Arizona here on in through this week for some brief heavy rain, lightning, small hail. And some of these storms could be pretty strong here as well, and I'll go into some more detail on that here in a moment. But looking at the NAM 3KM, this is hot off the presses here, and you can see the system wrapping up across Nevada as we go through the day today. Precipitation continuing across some portions of California. The Central Valley could be getting some thunderstorm activity as we go through the day and night tonight on in through the Sierra Nevada. You see some of these storms moving up across Arizona into Utah here. And then as we go on into Tuesday, check it out, some of these storms that continue to fire off across Utah here. 2% tornado risk right there. I'll show you that map here in a moment. But do you see this out here? Look at this slug of moisture moving towards Arizona. It could potentially move into California and Nevada here as well. At the end of the run, 60 hours, NAM 3KM, you can see pretty good coverage there across Arizona. This has the potential to be a tropical storm as it makes landfall in Texas. So check it out. Look at the spin across the Gulf of Mexico there. Bring some nice rainfall down there for Texas. Hopefully bring their temperatures down a bit. But yeah, that could make its way underneath that ridge and be funneled back into the southwest. We'll be watching that in more detail tomorrow as it comes across the area. And this is looking at, I think right now, what is it? Potential tropical cyclone 9. You can see just developing into a tropical storm before it makes landfall and starts to weaken as it gets over land, of course. This is looking at the big ridge here over the central portion of the USA, and then let's back that up to the start of this there. There's the big ridge, upper level low there, funneling what's left of Hilary back up over towards the Pacific Northwest, towards Canada. But look at that clockwise rotation, this big heat dome just dominating things over the central portion of the country. There goes a tropical storm here, and then it weakens, but that moisture has its eyes on the desert southwest again here, so it could bring some increased moisture. We'll be watching that, like I said, as we go through the next few days. Here's the day one excessive rainfall outlook. This is going to be wrapping up during the day today and pushing northbound, and this would be day 2. Big highlight here on Utah tomorrow. There is a tornado threat with that as well, but then most of this moisture moving up to the north there. And day 3, you start to reintroduce some of that moisture from that tropical system here back into the southwest. This is day 1. Some of these storms could be strong, mainly a wind threat. Tomorrow there is a tornado threat, including Salt Lake City, all the way down to St. George there as well. So, and I wouldn't rule out some kind of a landspout activity here with some of these storms here over the next couple of days across Arizona as well. This is the tropical depression as of about 11 a.m. this morning here, just entering Oregon there. That's what's left of Hilary. Now look at some of these rainfall amounts across some of the higher terrain here, and so the Los Angeles metro really got hammered yesterday. I mean, these are just widespread, impressive rainfall amounts here. So you're probably going to see damage reports coming in that you're not hearing about just yet as we go. I mean, look at the Los Angeles metro up over 2 inches, some of the areas up over 5, a lot of reports over 4, some over 6, and some bigger amounts are going to be coming in from the higher terrain here as well. This is up towards Nevada and Las Vegas here. I mean, Death Valley, look at this. Is that right? 2.29. That would be a record amount of rainfall falling across the area. And look at these just completely arid areas of Nevada getting 4, 5 inches of rain plus. So there's probably going to be some pretty impressive damage that comes to light here over the next few days. And this is kind of a wider view of things here. I wanted to show you where the slug of moisture occurred. The models did a pretty good job. If you remember, the high risk was right about here, so it picked up this pretty well. I mean, a well forecast event here on the models for the most part. Now, looking at what's coming, this is the European as of yesterday afternoon. You can see that tropical moisture moving up, getting handed off to this trough and moving up and around the ridge as we go. And then as we go through the extent a little bit more, you'll notice that this upper level trough kind of continues to hang out here. And then somewhat of a ridge looks like it may try to build through the extended forecast here, but this is way out there. Take that with a grain of salt, purely fantasy at this point. So yeah, we'll be trying to pick out some of these details here and see what is coming next. But right now, it looks like that tropical moisture from the Gulf of Mexico will be trying to make its way into the southwest here. So that's something we'll be watching. This is precipitable water here. This is last night's European run here. You can see what's left of Hilary moving up over the ridge there. There goes the tropical storm there, moving into Texas. And you can see it's going to have its eyes on the southwest here. Look at it bring this additional moisture into the area here. So that's something we'll be watching here over the next few days, as I've said a few times before already. Sound like a broken record now. Now, U.S. Drought Monitor, check it out. California doing pretty well. Just a few areas off of the southeast for some moderate drought. But, I mean, you compare that to last year, we had extreme and exceptional drought all over the state here. So, relatively speaking, doing quite well across much of the southwest. 6 to 10 day goes through August 30th. Below average here with an upper level low kind of spinning off the coastline. 8 to 14 day, the west, much of it highlighted for above average precipitation here. And get some multiple rounds of moisture potentially moving in, upper level low off the coastline as well, won't hurt. And this is something interesting here, Global Tropic Hazards Outlook. You can see off the coast of Mexico here for towards the end of August, continued development possible out there, and all the way through September 5th, kind of an enhanced area of development off the coast of Mexico. Whether that means another system tries to move up towards California and Arizona and Nevada, it's a possibility. But just kind of something we're trying to sniff out for the extended, just purely fantasy at this point. Snow water equivalent. Looks like all of the recording areas here are finally melted out as we're now into mid-August here. So it'll be interesting to watch this climb back up here as we go on in through the fall and winter months. Hopefully we get another good snowpack year up there. And if you're across some of Northern California here or into the valley, Red Bluff out there, you can see all the fires ongoing out there. So there is some smoke floating around. So if you wonder, there are quite a bit of fires going on out here. Not exceptionally bad, but it's a pretty good number of them. So anyway, if you're wondering about the smoke, that's where it's coming from. And this is the HER high resolution model here. You can see that smoke floating around some of Northern California. Some pretty good fires are right near the Oregon, California border. They're also kicking off some smoke. So that is the reason for the smoke floating around the area here. It is summertime here, and it's pretty typical to get these forest fires going during the summer months. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll do this again tomorrow. We'll check everything out. We'll look off into the extended. We'll watch that tropical storm as it moves across Texas and potentially back into our area here as well. And yeah, we'll continue to chug along here and see what comes over the next few days. So anyway, yeah, click like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.